Basically, we're like the vegan cleanup crew. We gotta go in there and straighten everything up for everybody that makes all these messes, right? Alright guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, then thanks for joining us for the first time. I wanted to preface, whatever it's called, this video with a tweet that I had recently sent out, because I think it goes in line perfectly with what I'm going to be responding to in this video. So, my tweet said, vegans are not against farmers. We need farmers. We love that you do amazing hard work to feed the world. What vegans are against is using sentient beings as commodities, enslaving them into a life of torture and eventual death. Be a compassionate farmer. Grow plants. Alright, there is a video by a dairy farmer that has been going around. It now has over 500,000 views on Facebook, so I think it's time to respond to it. I mean, news stations are picking it up everywhere, and they're trying to gain sympathy for the downfall of the dairy industry. And you guys have probably seen that on the news somewhere because it's everywhere.
We turn now to a video that is bringing attention to the struggles of America's dairy farmers. It was posted by a farmer in Minnesota, where the median income for dairy farms dropped last year from about $43,000 to less than $15,000. Dean Reynolds has that family's story.
From Pine Island, Minnesota, from deep within a proud way of life, you can hear a cry for help from the heart.
But let's just go ahead and have a watch for ourselves, because we all know that the news is biased towards the meat and dairy industries. So, as activists, we'll bring it upon ourselves to bring the truth to the surface. So let's do it. Alright? Alright.
I've been here my whole life. My parents have been dairy farming my whole life. And literally just got done arguing with my dad. Just yelling, screaming back and forth. And it never used to be that way. It never did.
Yeah, so I can see how that's very upsetting and struggling. I don't want any families to be fighting like this. It's horrible. Like, that's a horrible thing. But that doesn't negate what is happening on this farm. You can't expect other people to support an industry that is inherently cruel because you're having family problems.
But the comment that he ended with was, I've worked here 40 fucking years, and I have less than what I started with. And it's true, My parents work harder than anybody I know. I can't keep up with them.
I don't doubt that they work hard, and that sucks to have a business that you put in so much into and have nothing come back. But your business is built off of enslaving other species and exploiting them to extents that we could never imagine. So, I mean, from a business aspect, this sucks for you. That's like all I can honestly say, is that it sucks for a family from a business aspect. But from an ethical and moral aspect, what do you expect? No one wants to buy from this outrageously cruel industry. And it's really smart that you're pointing out that the dairy industry isn't making any money, because last year alone, our government bailed out the dairy industry to the tune of over $1 billion. So yeah, it is really important that we're bringing this to light, because we as a nation cannot sustain this way. We cannot afford to put all of our money into an industry that is failing. And people say that we need to go to these small family farms. I agree with that statement for plant-based food. Going to family farms is not going to help animals. Giving them extra space isn't going to help them, because they'll still have a blade run across their throat. And it's definitely not going to help our planet. Factory farming is horrible, but looking at it statistically, For the environment, grass-fed and free-range animals are the worst for the environment because they take up the most amount of space and the most amount of resources.
You know, we're not asking to make $1 million. You know, we don't need to be rich. Life isn't about being rich. I've learned that a long time ago. It's not about having money.
You say this isn't about money, but the whole entire reason you're making this video is because of the money. So don't tell me this isn't because of money.
We got literally farmers committing suicide all the time. All the time. It's like not like a few. No, we're talking like 20 plus farmers committing suicide.
Now, I don't think in any way, shape, or form that suicide is funny. I don't think it's ever something to be joked about in any way. It's so disheartening to hear that people think they have failed to such an extent that they would be more valuable to society if they didn't exist. That is one of the worst feelings you could have, and I never wish that upon anyone, but we do have to gain perspective. If this were big tobacco, we would have no problem with the families that own these businesses going out of business. We didn't decide, hey, these families, their businesses are failing. This really sucks. We should buy more tobacco products to help save them. It makes no sense. It's not a product we want. Our society is smarter than that, so we're buying different products. The ethical and moral development of a society should never be held back by the profit of somebody else. If somebody from big tobacco died by suicide, it would be a horrible thing. But we would not encourage other people to go out and buy cigarettes because that business is failing. It would never happen.
And I don't know what to do because everything's screwed. It's not just dairy farming, crop farming's crap, pigs are crap, everything's crap. Anything farm related is completely just a waste of your time.
He said that all farming is crap. Now I agree that pig farming is going down because people are probably not going to want to buy that either. I mean, that's all going to happen. Like, all these industries are going to fade. Right now they're being gobbled up by big farms, but they're going to fade as more people turn vegan. Now, you said you don't know what to do. And I do feel bad that you feel caught in this really tough situation. You didn't ask to be raised into a violent society. Violent society turns out violence. Like, that's just how it works. And I mean, I know from personal experience, like, I grew up raising chickens. We cut off their heads. And it is a shift, but we can all make that change. So you say the, like, plant agriculture is going to shit as well. I don't see how that makes sense when we're increasing world population. If we're feeding more people, we're going to have to grow more stuff. Unless we're starting to slaughter less animals because all those animals are eating grain. So we would take that and feed that to the humans. So I could understand if we had a gigantic percentage of vegans, but the vegan percentage is at 3% of the world population. Yeah, so that doesn't really make sense. As far as you saying you don't really know what to do, I can't be 100% certain on what to do. I don't know everything, and I can't help with everything, but I want to try my best to help you. And there are some great resources out there that have people who are willing to help you change your farm to a plant-based farm. I'm gonna link some things down below. There's the Vegan Society, Go Veganic, and the Veganic World. I'll link them all down below for you. Those are places that are gonna teach you how to change to veganic farming, because we're gonna need that in the future. I mean, that's where we're headed. And like I said at the beginning of this video, vegans are not against you as a farmer. We need you to create the food that we need to live. I know it's hard work. Like, I've done farm work firsthand. I grew up in a rural area surrounded by farms. Like, I know it's hard work, and I appreciate it so much because I don't want to put in that work, and it's just amazing that people are willing to do that. Like, I'm so appreciative of that. But I don't want people harming innocent animals. So what we need to do, instead of fighting, because there's a lot of fighting going on between vegans and farmers, it's just like head to head all the time. What we need to do is synergize, because farmers are gonna need vegans because they need business somewhere, they need to feed someone, and vegans are going to need farmers because we need to eat, we need to live. So like, instead of all this fighting, like, come together, change into a plant-based farm, let us work together. And if you like don't want to do plant-based farming, I mean, you could always turn your farm into a sanctuary. There's Rowdy Girl Sanctuary, I'll link her down below, and it's this incredible story about Renee, who had this cattle ranch. Her husband Tommy had gotten her a baby calf. She couldn't stand the idea of that baby going to slaughter, so she said that was it, couldn't do it anymore, and they decided to change the entire ranch into a sanctuary. And this is happening over and over again. There's places in Canada, all over the United States. The world is changing, and you can be a part of that change. There are so many people that are willing to support you. So Mark, if you're watching this, like, check out those links. I'm gonna make sure to have those down below for you, because I don't want vegans and farmers to have this horrible tension. I want us to work together to change the future, to save animals, to save the environment, to save human health. We can do all of this, but only if we work together.
Nobody realizes that. Nobody gets it, because they just go to the grocery store and they get food and it's there. They don't realize the people that are literally losing their lives because they're working for nothing.
You're right. People don't realize we live in a material obsessed world where people see advertisements and boxes and they throw money at it. That's all they see. Like what a character from a TV show I just watched had said, it's all shillboards and commercials. We're deceived our entire lives, and it hurts a lot of people, and we're completely unaware of it, and it's not fair. We do need to have people buying locally from farmers markets. We need to have people completely conscious of their purchases and the effects that it has on society as a whole. But something that we have to put ahead of all of that is ending animal exploitation. That has to end. Because there's that saying that there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, which I can see as true, but what's also important is that there is no ethical consumption without veganism.
You know, the problem is, you know, I love these frickin' cows more than anything else.
Alright, now, here we get to the good part of the story, you guys. I wanted to remain cool. I didn't want to bash anyone. And I'm gonna try to, like, be civilized for this. But let's be honest. You just said that you love cows more than anyone. Like, and every farmer says this. I said this when I was cutting off chickens' heads. I literally, like, this is the situation. Oh, hi, beautiful chicken who I love and have raised for years. Let me just place your neck on this board and chop your head clean off because I love you. Let's be honest, it makes no sense. I was a horrifying monster to them. I stole their lives. I stole their eggs every single day. There is no way, shape, or form that I ever showed them a shred of love. I thought I loved them. With every fiber of my being, I felt that I had loved them. But love does not include exploiting and killing. Now, he started off this video by saying that his family has been in this industry for 4 decades and trying to gain that sympathy of This is a family farm. I work on a family farm. It's a family farm. We're just a family. Every time it's these family farms, and this is the frustrating thing to me, because every single industry around the entire world is run by a family. There are no robots running businesses. Humans run businesses. Humans have families. Every business is family owned. The places that are the factory farms that people are afraid of, then they go to their family owned farm. Those are the factory farms. Factory farms are owned by families. So because he brought this up, that he loved them, that this is a family farm, trying to make these excuses, trying to gain the public sympathy, I decided to look a little bit deeper. And while this is not a mass operation, thousands of cows in one warehouse, it's still an intensive operation. Let's be honest. I wanted to see this farm that was a so-called family farm where they loved their cows. So being the creepy stalker I am, I decided to go look at Mark's profile. And some of the very first pictures you will find are of the dairy farm that he claims is so loving and family-owned. Let's take a look at those pictures. You can see tens of cows all standing there, concrete, in their own shit, covered up to their ankles, their knees. Like, does this look fun? Just a creepy, worn down shed, disgusting. Oh wow, isn't that beautiful? Just more concrete and filth. Just so much filth. Look at this picture. Like, do you think that these cows want to be milked right here? Standing in their own feces? You think they want that? I don't get it. And then it just takes a turn for the worst. I mean, check out this. Like, you're gonna make an entire living off of forcibly impregnating cows, stealing their children, and then stealing their milk and selling it, and then killing them all in the end. And then on top of that, you're gonna make a mockery in these exploited and abused cows' faces by drinking their stolen breast milk right in front of them. That has to be one of the most sadistic things I have seen recently. Imagine harboring a human woman in your house, prisoner, impregnating her, eating her child, and then stealing her breast milk and drinking it in front of her. Imagine all of that. It is one of the most chaotic things that somebody could ever do. And it is absolutely disgusting. Just a picture after picture after picture of you drinking their breast milk in front of them. Something that belongs to their babies. Oh look here, even a picture. You drinking the breast milk while the baby is also drinking the breast milk. Do you see nothing wrong with this? That both of you are drinking from the same mother? Nothing wrong with that? Yeah, so they have the picture of the calf. So, I don't know, maybe they're gonna claim, hey, look, we have the calves with us, but let's take a look at where those calves really are. Oh yeah, right here, out in sheds. Cool, isn't it? That's not even the bad part. It gets freezing cold and they're still out there. Wait, let's actually look at this picture. The mother, he's holding hostage in front with literal ice hanging from her face. And probably one of her children in the back crates. No blankets or anything. Just little babies, freezing in the cold, alone, outside, without their mother's milk, because you're drinking it. Yeah. Don't worry, they'll all get a knife in their throat. It's cool. It's just so revolting to see pictures like this and have the reactions to them be likes, be reactions of love. It's disgusting that people are so brainwashed that when they look at a picture of a mother with ice hanging from her face and her children locked in crates behind her is seen as normal It's absolutely disgusting. And it says a lot about who we are as a society. Now, if you're watching this and you aren't vegan yet and you're wondering, why are all these babies in crates? Why are they having so many babies? For those that don't know, cows only produce milk when they have a child, just like humans. These cows have a hand shoved all the way up their anus and then a tube shoved in their vagina with semen collected from a molested bull to be forcibly impregnated and then have the child ripped away. What I cannot accept is you having pictures like this depicting the rape. That is so appalling. Let's just have some shits and giggles about shoving my hand all the way up a cow's anus and stealing her babies. Disgusting. I promise this part of the rant is almost over, but I do have to share this last photo because it evoked so much emotion in me. Nearly every single photo has reactions of love and likes, and it really just shows how brainwashed society is. Because when you post a picture like this, where you are pretending to show compassion by hugging a cow, and society thinks this is acceptable, but then when somebody really looks at that picture and they see that your victim is literally crying, there's something wrong with society on so many levels. People will literally love a picture of a cow being enslaved and crying because she's held by her captor. There are no words for that. It is so outrageous.
My mom wrote a letter to the CEO of Land O'Lakes. She replied, and respect to her for actually reading that letter. That surprised the shit out of me, if I'm honest. She called my mom on the phone, and her solution for our, dairy farm, what she told my mom was, oh, well, we can help you find another job. Find another job? Like, wow, that was helpful, thank you. Yeah, because that pretty much made my mom feel useless. Like, yeah, what you're doing isn't going to make you money, so you might as well try something else.
Now, I understand that it's hard hearing that, to find another job, but it's the reality. And let's be honest, they were trying to be nice. They said, we'll help try to find another job. Like, they didn't just say, like, go find another job, like some dick. They were like, hey, we'll try and help her find another job. Like, I feel like that's a pretty nice gesture. It would be a nicer gesture to offer a job, but Land O'Lakes also exploits animals, so what's the point there? But again, if this was any other industry, like big tobacco, we would have no problem with telling people to find another job. So it sucks, but it's only fair. Like, this business is going to have to go out. People don't want to buy cruelty. So you're going to have to invest in something else. Times are changing. The changes that are necessary to save this planet and all species on it might be tough. There's going to be a lot of them. But the change is necessary for the survival of our planet. None of us are saying it's going to be easy. I didn't say it was going to be easy. Things aren't just naturally easy, okay? But that doesn't mean we should just give up, not do anything. If we want to save this planet, we're going to have a whole lot of amazing people doing extraordinarily impossible things. That's the only way we're going to turn this mother around.
This isn't about making money. This isn't about money. I just want a fair cut, I just want my family to be happy again.
I want your family to be happy too, but not at the expense of other beings' lives. That's it. Bottom line. Yeah, I think I had just about everything I had to say for you, Mark. If you're watching this, people who might be friends of Mark, or just friends of me, or whoever, make sure to share this video with him, because I think he really does need this help. I'm gonna, like I said, link that information down below, because we do need to help each other. We need to change the future and work together. But please let's like not play victim when the real victims are getting blades run across their throat and their babies stolen from them, okay? Let's save the victim card for the ones that are actually being oppressed. Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically what I had to say for this video. I think I got my point across. If you guys have more people I need to respond to, because there's always people we need to respond to. We always need to be getting these messages out there. Always coming back with more information. Basically, we're like the vegan cleanup crew. We gotta go in there and straighten everything up for everybody that makes all these messes, right? So if you guys have any recommendations, like drop them down in the comments below and I'll try to look into them. Other than that, like my video, share it like I said, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys all later. Alright, bye!
Perfect.